For this wonderful draw, again, was my cat, Mr. Banksy. But yes, and my other cat also, who got damn bored and slept off through that draw because she realized the result would be the same. Uruguay had literally 29 attempts on goal, 29, 11 just on target, quite wasteful. Saudi Arabia, man, that team looks like a genuine threat from Asia. A very solid team, very strong team, uh, very good in aerial battles. That team is absolutely excellent. Those defenders have been trained to the tilt to make sure that every ball coming into the D is cleared out without any compromise, man. Absolutely brilliant to watch that. I think that was something very nice to see that even an Asian team right now is actually being a competition in a group where they're gonna next face Spain and then Cabo Verde. And with given the evidence of what you saw just before, this group is not easy, man. This group does not look easy. Even with Uruguay, they went all out. Valverde went all out. Araujo went all out. He finally was able to score the equalizer. But with Saudi Arabia, they just had four corners and they actually scored a goal from one of them. From the get go, from the first whistle, it was an absolute hustle from Saudi Arabia as well. They didn't sit back, they didn't lean back, they actually went for the ball, went for possession, kept possession, and started creating chances very early on. But none of those chances materialized till the final third. And that explains them just having seven shots over there. But what they did essentially in the midfield and defense was the physicality that they showed. They were all of them were quite tall, man, very really tall players, and they made sure that that was felt by the Uruguayan players because the tackles, whenever any Uruguayan player had a ball and a chance, there were at least 2-3 Saudi Arabia players tackling him down. That broke a lot of the rhythm for Uruguay in the first half. Second half, very different story. In the first half, and due to which, yeah, the corners that they were getting, they were already troubling Uruguay, and they eventually scored from a corner in the 41st minute, making sure that they have the lead. So Saudi Arabia was leading. Now, despite that, in the second half, they didn't sit back. They didn't sit back in the D. Though Uruguay had other plans, they came quite charged up, extremely pumped up. The one thing about Uruguay that was fascinating to see was the speed of passing, and the speed of transition, the speed of movement that they have were, was blazing, man. It was absolutely crazy. Saudi Arabia was bang on with that intensity. They did not flinch even a bit. But despite that, they did concede the equalizer. A Franco Pena shot, a direct header on the keeper. And this keeper, man, always throughout the match has made so many saves. That's going to be an unfortunate part tomorrow that all the highlights are going to be saves only. But um, that save he could not take, and he eventually ricocheted that off into Araujo's path, who smashed the goal in. Now, strangely, Araujo immediately after, okay, immediately after that, after he scores the equalizer, was substituted. Immediately after, like there wasn't even a second for him to go and take the kickoff ball. He was out, which was strange, and I think that's what really changed the game for Uruguay also. They could have won. I feel like they could have won because the intensity was there and you could see Saudi Arabia cracking at some points because they couldn't handle that at one point, and there would have been some exhaustion coming in, but that card I felt like was played wrong. This actually makes the group very tense because all four teams have shown a caliber that is very different from each other, and they are actually pulling out draws from each other. So next Spain faces Saudi Arabia. Now how that fares would actually define how Spain would go through the World Cup as well. That would be interesting to see. And with Uruguay and the intensity they showed with Cabo Verde, that would be another interesting match to watch. So yeah, this group quite lit for now. Both draws, but yeah, quite lit.